Hi, welcome to Zipline. Tony Selzer here. You know, we have had probably one of the best series of shows here since I've been doing the Zipline, and we've been pushing almost a year and a half now. The next guest that we have on, Frank Rudy with Revenue North, has probably got one of the most unique, powerful value propositions in business today. And guess what? It is designed to help you. Every single person that's going to ever watch this video, this is here to help you, and it is a slam dunk. The value proposition is not even believable. Revenue North is what, Frank? What is Revenue North? How did this get started? What is it? Talk to me about it.
Great question. So Revenue North, we're a national educational conference company. We're based in Colorado Springs. We've got two conference divisions here. Revenue North, which does educational conferences for small to medium-sized businesses. But we got started as a result of our sister division, which does educational conferences in the football space. We are actually the largest provider of football coaching education in the country. We do 30 conferences a year in 29 markets around the U.S. and provide amazing training in there where we train over 50,000 high school football coaches annually through our conferences and our online content. But what we have is the top college coaches and NFL coaches doing the training at those conferences. So the bottom line is a high school coach could come to one of our football coaching conferences, get trained by the top college and NFL coaches in the country, and it would cost them about $40 to get in the door for the entire event. So it's unbelievable training.
And so you guys did a paradigm, right? And you said this would be a great model to replicate in the business space, right?
That's exactly what we did. We actually, the president of our company wanted to take a handful of our football conference guys to a marketing conference and get us some training. Right. And what he found was the average price tag out there was between $1,000 and $4,000 a person registration fees for some of these big national conferences. You add in travel, et cetera, on top of that. It was going to cost us about $15,000 to get 4 of our guys to this conference on the West Coast.
Thus, Revenue North was born, right?
That's exactly right. We realized that $15,000 is a lot of money to go to a conference, and the average small to medium-sized company in our country simply cannot afford that kind of money to get great training.
And so you guys have taken that model, and now you're offering that into markets like Indy, and this is not your first rodeo. You've done this a few times. Talk to me about where we're at now in the history.
So we started putting together the Revenue North model, tweaking a little bit. Obviously, businesses are different than football. Right. We did a couple of conferences last year, one in our own backyard in Colorado Springs, went very well. Tried it outside of our own backyard, went to Denver and just smoked it. Had over 150 corporate community partners, 1,100 registrations, great. And then this year we're expanding into Detroit and Indianapolis with the model.
And how's it going so far in Indy?
Indy has been an amazing market to work in, quite honestly. When we started putting that conference together, our plan was to have 64 speakers deliver 64 breakout sessions, one-day conference. We had such an amazing response of people from the community giving us great referrals for speakers and partners, etc., that by the time the dust settled, we ended up with over 80 speakers delivering 96 breakout sessions in one day. It is going to be most likely the biggest business growth conference that's ever hit Indiana.
And what is the price tag for that, Frank?
For our events, it's $99 for one person, $299 for a group of up to 5, and that can be five friends, 5 coworkers, 5 staff, 5 anybody.
And I just want to put some context to that. So if you're a small business owner, if you're between $500,000 and $15 million, $20 million in revenue, you have a chance to train your people for $100 a person with some of the best speakers in the world. And something that's unique about your value is you actually use local talent here too, right?
Yeah, so part of our model is we're not interested in flying in Tony Robbins and the National Celebrity Dream Team. Right. When we hold an event in an area, in this particular case Indianapolis, we want to find the best Indiana-based experts in sales, marketing, customer retention, access to capital, and have those people trained. So not only are we getting experts, Tony, we're getting experts who are familiar with the local people, the culture, the economy, etc.
And so it's like we're using local talent. There's no book pitch at the end where everybody's going to get asked to take the next level because there's a very good contract with the guys like us to make sure we don't do that, right? And you're creating this tremendous value in these markets. how does it feel to be a part of that? I mean, you got to be pretty excited with what you're doing.
We're very excited. The conference industry really has been badly damaged over the last couple of decades because they've turned it into nothing but big pitch fests, as you've mentioned. And so you pay good money to get into these events, and you come in and you find yourself in the middle of an 8-hour infomercial. You're right, our speakers are not permitted to pitch. And so when people walk out of a day of content-rich training, they're absolutely blown away by the fact that they can get such great training locally. They didn't have to fly across the country for it. At a great price. So it makes it very convenient on all fronts, and the training is world class.
Frank, you know, if you're out there and you're in small business and you don't go and you want your revenue to go north, you better go to Revenue North, right, Frank? I mean, thanks so much for coming on the show. Don't tell your wife what I said about the wallpaper.
Thanks, Tony.
All right, brother. See ya.